Hey guys, not sure if any of you guys are ready to stream live with me. I'm not as hammered as I was a few years ago when I did this, but I just want to hang out with you guys again on and give you a little taste of some live music with my buddies on our Groundhogs thing. So, we do this every year on the weekend of Groundhog's Day, which just happens to always be Super Bowl Sunday that weekend. So this is let's see, we started this on 02/02/02. So this is the 19th year we've done this. Let me put this camera somewhere so it's more stable. Let's see here. Shit. Hope that's cool. Can you hear me okay? If anybody can shoot a message that says, hey, I can hear you. All right. Yes, rock and roll, Stacy. What's happening? So this is the second year that I've let you guys in on this, and last year we didn't do our groundhog celebration here at Brad's house. Something was going on. We did it at Travis's, and it wasn't set up for live music. But so I thought that I would go live again, and hey, go 49ers! I'll tell you what. That's my heart says 49ers, but there's something I think my brain is saying the Chiefs are going to win it. So the only reason I feel that way is in the playoffs, it seems like the Chiefs, no lead is safe. The Chiefs can get down and they just, they're so poised and they keep the composure and they come back and win the game. It's hard to beat a team that doesn't, I don't know, get in their head when they get down like that. So I'm sure that's loud. Let me close this door real quick just so I can talk to you a little bit before I go live. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab. Oh, I see. I knew you could hear the partying. Hold on just 1 second. I'll be right back. Much better. Now let me get this plugged in here. Brad has the nicest house. I'm telling you, he lives here alone. Okay, now we got some juice. So yeah, Stacy brought up the Super Bowl. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I do have to work, unfortunately. That sucks. As you know, I deliver pizza, and for us, it's all hands on deck on Super Bowl Sunday. So as much as I want to hang out with Landon and watch the Super Bowl, we have to work. Of course, it's a good money night, so I should make a lot of tips. Damn, you can tell I went up some steps out of breath stuff. But I noticed whenever I went to go live this time, it has all these things you check off that says, is this kid friendly or age appropriate for kids? And so I hope that I don't do anything that gets me in trouble. But last night they were teaching me to play bass. I was playing bass on You got another thing coming. That was so fun. Now today my fingertips feel bruised. You'd think after all these years of hanging out with these guys that I would actually know how to play a stringed instrument, but nope. I just know how to play drums decently. I can keep a beat, you know, have rhythm. So what are you guys all into tonight? Yes, Stacy, that's right. Well, Chris gave me his sign in for YouTube TV, so I'll be able to at least have the game on in my car, and that'll be fun. A lot of drivers do that. They'll have, like me personally, I ride around and watch documentaries and stuff like that, and what in the hell, Doc? I actually almost texted Doc to say, hey man, I know you think I'm dead, but I'm getting ready to go live. And then I was like, no, I'll surprise him. Stacy, you're taking a bath? That's so cool. Well, glad you had your phone handy while you were in the tub. But so yeah, what I guess they were telling me earlier that to get ready is about my time to sing again. So just bear with me again. I mean, these guys are my friends, and they always, but leading up to this, during the weeks leading up to Groundhogs, they'll send out a group text. It's like, hey, what are some songs, you know, you want to do this year? And they'll have this list of songs, and they'll always put in there, well, don't forget, we have to do Tom Petty for James. So I hate to be such a one-hit wonder for you guys, but we'll do it again. We'll do some Tom Petty for you here in just a minute. I'll take you down there to the band room, and we'll do that again. But I'll let you hang out and hear some of them do some stuff. I mean, those guys are really talented. They just do that, you know, to let me feel like I'm part of it. But so pretty much what we do is we all get together and just reminisce. We catch up on our, you know, how our year's been going, and that always turns, you know, we take shots of Jägermeister, and that always turns into just talking about the good old days, you know. Hey, living my Rhapsody, what's happening? LMR, good to see you. Hey, I miss you guys too, man. I told my buddies, I was like, I'm gonna go live on YouTube, hope you don't mind. And they're all cool with it. So I'll probably end up taking you down there. Do y'all want to meet some of my friends, man? I'll tell you, that'd be fun, actually. I'll take you down there. I'll introduce you to my friends. And if you guys want to ask them questions in the chat, anything you want to ask about me or whatever, crazy past stories about me, because I'm sure they have more on top of their head than I do. So hold on, let me grab my plug, and I'll take you with me. Okay, so yeah, you all have been in this room before. This is Brad's. He comes up here and he does some cool stuff with astronomy, and obviously he's an engineer. He records music. So yeah, I'll show you. Let me show you where I was sleeping last night. It's freaking crazy. So obviously you've seen this view before, but so this is where I slept. Oh, here we go. Sorry about the Blair Witch, but look at this. Ain't that crazy? You might have seen my CPAP on the floor there. That's funny. Yes, I have a case of sleep apnea. So here we go. Hey guys, I'm live. I'm live on YouTube. Yes, my friends want to meet y'all. Hey. So they're going to ask some questions.
Don't go live here,
So okay, this guys. This is my buddy Kent Mullinax, and that's Doug Tyner, Dwayne Carter,
Yo.
Darren Kraft,
Peace.
Bradley St. James,
Sir.
and Andy
Young.
Young.
Who's that guy? Andrew Thomas.
It's funny. That's an ironic name. That's an ironic name for Andy.
Andy Young. That's just name, dude.
Hey, so I did not call him that. So anyway, Chris is running around here somewhere. So I did not say that.
Give my damn phone.
That's a dang. I did not say that. So anyway, I want to take you guys down here in the music room at some point and sing some Tom Petty for you. But do y'all have any questions for any of my friends? Just type them up there. They know me as good as anybody in my family.
Ask us anything. We'll be happy to tell you.
Anything.
Sure.
Even if it's lies, we'll tell you lies.
Lots of lies.
And just for the record, I've known him since he was 5, so ask me.
Yes. And there's Chris. You haven't met Chris.
That's the go-to man.
That's
The go-to
Chris.
man right there, Chris.
5 years old. I've known him for a long time.
Actually, Chris kicked me in the nads on my 6th birthday with pointy cowboy boots.
Chris knows all his darkest secrets.
And all right,
I can't remember them.
so let me.
Unfortunately for them, you can't remember them.
Our vision's gonna be blurred.
All right,
A cop pulls up on a damn police or a crash scene.
cool. I'm live. Yes, I am live. Hey, whenever y'all ready, y'all can come on down here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I can waste time. Yeah.
Tell him we'll be back.
Yes. Okay, so I don't know if y'all heard that. They want to rehearse one time before I get busy with my vocal skills. So, Chris! Is Chris in the chat? Chris, when I said ask any questions, you can't. You're off limits, Chris. Oh, God, this is the quietest it's been in this room. But, so this is where Brad, he builds like tube amplifiers and things like that. This is his little workbench here. He's a handy guy to know. Is this too Blair Witchy? I'm really afraid that this is a turn off for you guys to be bouncing around like that. Oh, let me show you something really cool. This is a really cool toy Brad's got. This is a freaking telescope right here. Look here. This ain't no joke. Look at this damn thing. He's had pictures he's taken on the front of magazines. So he did have that, he had that thing set up on a piece of property he owned, and oh, I'm sorry, Amanda. I hate that. But yeah, so he had that on a piece of property, and he could he could log into it and have it take pictures remotely, and he could take pictures of, you know, things so far away. Damn it, I'm trying to plug my power cord in. I'd hate to lose this thing. But, and one of them, of some nebula or whatever, made the cover of an astronomy magazine. That was really cool. He gave me a copy of it. Shit. He's got every outlet taken. Let me see what I can unplug here. Let's see. Please forgive me, guys. They acted like they were yelling for me, telling me get ready to sing, and I didn't know they hadn't rehearsed, or I would have kind of tried to time it a little bit better. Trust me, all I want to do is just share this experience with you. I'm definitely not trying to show off my vocal skills because I don't have any. All I can do is just imitate Tom Petty pretty decent. But I like showing off my friends' talent. They're all really good musicians. Okay, now we have power. I have the power! So how's everybody been? You know, these guys have been my friends for a long time, but you all are probably the most loyal and understanding. Yeah, Stacy, I did get bit by a dog a couple weeks ago. I knocked on the door, and these two dogs came running. I could see them through the door because they didn't have their main door closed. They just had they had it open, and there was a solid glass storm door, so I could see the dogs coming. Dang, I just got a message saying, excuse me, saying the power was low, but I'm plugged in. Anyway, I saw the dogs come running, and I was like, oh, hey. They busted through the door, and the one lunged and bit me right above the knee. It didn't hurt. It just, you know, it was like a pinch, a really good pinch. And I was like, damn, it feels like it broke the skin. But, so I'm standing there trying to be cool. And she came out and was like, oh, sorry about the dogs. I said, yeah, I think the one bit me pretty good. And she said, oh, yeah, she bites. She bites. I'm sorry. I didn't know the door was unlatched. And I'm thinking, damn, you know, you got a little honey badger in there. You need to make sure the door's latched. But, you know, it did break the skin. I went back and checked at Pizza Hut because it hurt. It was throbbing the whole way back. And when I got there, I went in the bathroom, pulled my pants down, and sure enough, I had blood coming down on my knee. But I didn't report anything. I didn't want to get anybody in trouble. The dog's just doing what the dog does. You know, that's its job, is to keep big ugly dudes like me out of their house. Although I was bringing treats. But yeah, so that's recently. Now, as far as in my whole career, I do have a couple funny stories. Another one involving a dog. As you know, I wear a fanny pack, right? And when you're nervous about dogs like I am, you always scan the perimeter when you pull up to a house. So I'm pulling in the driveway, I'm looking in the yard for big dog bones or, you know, bowls for food or anything huge, right? I'll look if the garage door's open, I'll look, you know, open a little bit. I'll know that that's for a dog to get in and out or some animal. And so I'm really aware, look for signs, beware dog signs, things like that. Well, on this house, as I'm walking up to the front door had windows, had the 9 individual windows from waist high up, and it had a curtain hanging over it. So as I'm walking up, I see that there's blinds that are chewed up by a dog that are about 4 feet off the ground. So I'm nervous. I'm like, there is a dog in there and it's big. So I knock on the door and I hear whoo, 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 coming. And I'm like, oh shit. I think I might have told y'all this story before. You can shut me up if I have. So the guy comes to the door and I'm holding my foot on his storm door. I am not going to let this dog get to me. So he opens the door and I'm like, could you watch your dog? I could see behind him that this pit bull was trying to get around and get to me, and he's holding it back, and with his hand he's like, stop. And the dog's trying to go through his legs, around his legs, whatever it can do. And my eyes are focused on, you know, is he gonna let this dog get by him? And I let the door a little bit open, the storm door, with my foot, and I take the pizza out of the bag and I hand it to him, and I had to actually tilt it up because he was not getting his dog, and I was not going to let the door open up enough for the dog to fit through. So I handed him the pizza through there, tilted. He handed me a 20 back out. Well, let me stand up on this stool. The way I used to do it was I can't see a fanny pack. So what I did is I always had my fanny pack like this. And I would get the money and I would turn my fanny pack around and I would open it up and get the change out and then hand him the money back. Well, what I did this time was I was so nervous about the dog, he handed me the 20 and I just reached down and unzipped my damn zipper like that and I missed a step somewhere, right? So I like realized it right away that I had just unzipped my fly and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he takes the money, shuts the door, and I'm like, I get in my car and I'm so embarrassed and laughing so hard. So I go back to Pizza Hut and I said, told my manager, Sue, I said, you're not gonna believe what just happened. I told her the story I just told you. And I said, and so I unzipped my fly instead of my fanny pack. And she said, without missing a beat, did you tell him you were a little short on change? And I died, man. Oh God, I died. I thought that was so funny. But that's one of my favorite pizza delivery stories. So anyway, the other one, I did have one where I thought I was going to get robbed. That was pretty funny. And I almost fainted. I realized how horrible I'd be in a time of crisis. But they just opened the door. Let me see real quick if they're ready to warm up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so. Okay, so they're saying they need to warm up a little bit. So somebody like kind of jumped the gun and told me to get ready. So I don't know if you guys are cool with it. I'll just do another live stream shortly in just a second. So hang loose. You know I'm in the house. You know what's going on. Let this be just the intro. And next time you see me live, there will be live music involved. All right? Is that cool? At least you got a funny pizza delivery story out of it. So we just did the little catch up. So as soon as the guys come in here and they get their juices flowing again and tell me that they're ready, I'll go live and I'll let you guys hear them do a couple songs, and then I'll do a song, and then hopefully they're not so shy. I don't know how guys who play in bands for 25 years can be so shy when a camera comes on. Don't leave me, Doc. Don't leave me. I don't want to, but I don't know what's going on. They told me to get ready to sing some Tom Petty, and then now they're not ready, but it won't be long. I mean, I'm here. I'll be here all night, so just you finish reading God. Hey, Joe, what's happening? And I saw George Sardiano in the comments too earlier. So hey, George, what's happening? So yeah, I have not finished reading God. I have not. It's weird. The season ended, and everybody was so depressed and everything, and it was, I don't know, it was like a weird separation from God for a little while. But just the other day, I was watching a video. It was one of Chris's, and it was one of his skits. And in the skit, I saw the opening scene of the whole series, and I looked at him and I said, this makes me want to go back and start watching again. So that could get my got juices flowing again, because that was such a big part of my life for so long. And I miss those characters. I really do. It's not fair the way everything ended, but it's still awesome. The whole series was awesome. I don't care how it ended. I just like the characters and the stories and the places. I miss the places and seeing them. So, yeah, that might get me back into it, and I might actually pick back up in the books. So that's a good question. I appreciate you asking me that. Yeah, George, I know. I bet everybody does, if they're being honest. I bet everybody misses it. And some people, after the season, were so bitter. I mean, they acted like they were going to burn the books and everything. But, yeah, you're right, Stacy. And maybe when they drop the other book, when he finally does drop the other book, it'll get some excitement, flowing again. But every time I watch the Motley Crue Dirt movie, and I see Ramsey in there, it's kind of like, that reminds me of Game of Thrones so much. There's things like that, if you notice, there's things like that happen. You won't be thinking about Game of Thrones, but those actors will do something, you'll see something will pop up, and it'll remind you. And I see some of the, what's up, Glenn from Scotland? What's happening, Glenn Jackson? Stick around, Glenn. If this stream ends right here, don't worry. I will, hey, Joe, my buddy Kent, who's here tonight, told me about The King on Netflix. Said, told me to watch it. But, so what I was going to say was, hell if I know. My mind's so messed up. I was just going to say that, oh yeah, somebody said in the comments that, that's how, I think it was LMR said, that's how a lot of us met. And I think George said that the community kind of fell apart. And it did. There was such a brotherhood in this community for a long time. And I remember going to those first two Con of Thrones. I hate I missed the third one, but that's where you could really see it there. And those guys, man, they had a birthday party for me down there, and that was family. That was really cool. And it does suck that the family's kind of, I don't know, put everything on the back burner or whatever. Nobody feels as close anymore. But we're still the same people. We can all get it back. We can all, get that community back together and rallying around each other. It's not a competition. It's a family. So anyway, that's a good thing to end it on. I will end this little stream. Please, the 7 of you or 8 of you who stopped by to see me, get ready. Be ready. Be looking for another notification. I will go back live here in just a little bit, and we'll bring you some rock and roll. Love you.